I just came back from the movies with a few friends. We wanted to see the new Hobbit movie, The Five Armies, and I have to say right from the beginning that I'm actually not a person who really like starts to compare The Hobbit to like The Lord of the Rings, or like compares Diablo 3 to Diablo 2. If I buy a computer game or if I go to the movies, then I just go in there with like basically maybe a few expectations, but I try to judge the actual content that I get, being it a computer game or being it like just a movie. So I personally enjoyed the last two. They weren't like amazing, Hobbit 1 and Hobbit 2. They entertained me, and that's all that I wanted to have. I wanted to go to the cinema with a few friends, wanted to check out those movies, and that's basically it. So the Hobbit 1, Hobbit 2 were okay. They were nothing that I'm gonna like tell my grandmother about and be like, oh my god, this movie is so amazing. But they entertained me, I had fun, and it was alright. The third movie, on the other hand, is in my opinion pretty bad. So if you want to save yourself some money, you should maybe just like wait for the DVD or watch the movie online, buy your girlfriend a nice present instead. That would probably make her happy, and then maybe you. But the movie was pretty bad. Like behind me, you see that dragon, and at the end of the second movie, it was like this cliffhanger where the dragon suddenly like circles down and like flies directly to the town, and like I expected like an epic battle and stuff like happening there. I'm not gonna spoil you guys too much, I'm not gonna tell too much about that, but that dragon basically is like there for maybe roughly like 10 minutes, that's what it feels like, and of those 10 minutes, the dragon has like basically no action in there. So I was pretty disappointed on that part already, but then the rest of the movie continued, and I think they ran out of content pretty fast. Like the original book, it was only one book, and they cut it into 3 pieces, and I think when they like were filming the third part, they kind of ran out of content. At least that's what it felt like. A lot of the things that are in the story right now are completely obsolete, and you don't need them at all. They don't serve any purpose whatsoever. They're not really funny. They don't like teach anything. There are no morals. It's not a nice side story. Alfred, I think his name is Alfred, like that guy that just like hoards the gold at some point. Like, you'll see what I mean if you actually watch the movie. But he serves absolutely no purpose in the movie, and I don't really get why they put him in there. I think they just wanted to fill some time. And unfortunately, that was also the case for most of the rest of the movie. Another problem that I had with it was that, like, okay, don't get me wrong, like when I talk about a fantasy movie and I drop the word unrealistic, I, of course, when I watch a movie like that, I expect a lot of things that are pretty unrealistic. I had a lot of fun when Legolas was just like jumping from elephant to elephant and yeah, shot 3 people with 1 arrow, like, I don't know. But they overdo it a lot in this last one. There was so much crap in there, and like, careful spoilers, but there's like one battle going on and it's pretty epic, and at some point it like turns, of course, to the favor of the orcs once again. And the way that the battle is turned is that suddenly 7 dwarves run out of a castle, and that's what turns a massive battle where they were just losing and getting hammered into the ground the entire time. So I was just like sitting there, and I was like getting a bit embarrassed for them, because I'm like, seriously guys, that's the big turnaround? Like, yes, of course, it's their king and they rally for him, and maybe like there's even a little bit of fighting spirit like kindling everywhere, but that's the big turnaround, like 7 to 13 dwarfs just rushing into the battle and suddenly the whole thing turns. Was a bit weird. Especially at the end of the movie, we get like a lot of one-liners that are corny as hell, and like the worst thing was like one of the guys dies, okay, and there's like she's like leaning over the dead body, and she's like, "Why does it hurt so much?" Next guy moves, he's like, "Because it was real." I wanted to puke right there. I was like, really? That's like the big one-liner. That's the conclusion of that storyline. Why does it hurt so much? Because it was real. Oh my god, like, it was so bad. People actually started laughing at that point in the theater. Like, I had fun with the first one, I had fun with the second one. The third one, it's not a complete clusterfuck, so don't get me wrong, but I was pretty disappointed. It's definitely worse than the first two, and I don't want to go on about it like the entire time. I just like came back and I thought I would share my thoughts with you and tell you that you probably don't need to watch that movie in theaters. You can wait to watch it either online or on DVD, and you will well off. So the hype that I felt before I went there was, yeah, went away pretty quickly, and I didn't really have as much fun I was hoping for. So I'm very sorry if I destroyed the illusion there. If you already watched the movie, you might be able to shed some light on what exactly you thought about it, and just drop your comments into the comment section on YouTube. And yeah, that's it for the day. So pretty short one. And guys, I hope that if you went to watch the movie, you had more fun than I had, and if not, yeah, do yourself a favor and wait for the DVD version or watch it online. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.